Hello, everyone. Thrilled to have Jennifer Reynolds with me today. Jennifer, retail sales manager with Bell Media in Calgary. How are you, Jen?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you. I'm in my basement office, so pardon the background and kids' bookshelf, and we make do.
We make do. There's a lot of people in offices right now, so that's a good thing. And I got to ask you right off the top, Jen, you filled me in on something a little bit exciting. How's business?
It's warming up, actually. We're seeing some optimism for the first time in a little while. We really had to pivot and get creative and quite frankly, empathetic in a lot of cases, and just try our best to understand the situations that everybody is in, regardless of their business. And so we've done a lot of listening over the last couple of months, and rather than selling, which I think has been key. And everybody's had to adjust and work from home, and somehow we've kept super busy. And now we're starting to see some businesses start to look not just at the next 2 weeks, but they're starting to look at the next 2 months. We have some clients that are looking at the next 10 months. So we're confident that whatever the fall looks like, if we have a second wave of this nastiness, then we'll adapt, we'll adjust like we did a couple of months ago, and ride it as best we can. But I'm super fortunate to have a team that's highly motivated. A lot of thanks to you and the training we did in January. But yeah, everybody seems to hit the Zoom calls with a smile on their face. And no doubt we have some challenges, and it gets frustrating at times. It's all unique, but onward and upward. And I think that's the attitude everybody is taking.
Well, I love what you said, and especially having that little light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm seeing that as well. So that's a good thing. But yeah, you know as well as I what we were in and what we came through and where we were at. You've got a highly motivated team. What was your secret to keeping these people motivated? Because bookings weren't coming in. I think I can go on record saying there's probably more cancellations than there was bookings. So how do you keep a group like that engaged? How do you keep them motivated? How do you keep them active? And how do you retain them and set them up for down the road?
One thing I learned a long time ago is you can't motivate people necessarily. That motivation has to come from within. So this was all new for all of us. So like in treating our clients with empathy and an open ear, we did the same with our team. Our team is very professionally connected, but they're also very personally connected. And I think that's really helped that motivation, that enthusiasm, and that trudge through. This has got to be temporary. This is temporary. We know what success looks like, and we'll get there again. And I've been very lucky that the team is always up for lending a hand to somebody that's struggling. If they're having a good day, that's one thing I found is on any given day you'd have some team members that were, I've got this, this isn't going to get me down. You'd get other members that were just beat. They were just beat up by it. So yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky that everybody's kept everybody going. And now with some of the wins that are coming in, we share all of those on a daily basis, and see those glimmers of hope that other people are seeing, and know that it's going to come for us as well.
Well, that's a great story, Jen. You and I, it's no secret, we go way back, and everyone's got to start somewhere. And I watched you start at a very junior, I'll call it elementary position. No offense to anybody that has to start out that way, but it is what it is. And now I've watched you rise up through the ranks into a leadership role with your team, and and putting together a mandate and a philosophy that's just really outstanding. I got to ask you, what's your secret? How'd you make it happen?
Oh boy. Uh, Focus. I don't see it as this great climb. I've always loved the industry from the day I started in radio in 1994. There's me dating myself. Uh, when I started, I had a real love for radio, and the power that it had, and the fun that was around it and the people that worked in it. And uh, I'm naturally a pretty passionate person, I think, about everything I do. So I loved it so much that I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to, face the challenges and come up with new ideas. And so I moved along pretty well until, well, that was about 7 years, I guess. And then baby came along. So I went on mat leave and didn't go back. So that was we joke about it at Bell that I had the longest mat leave ever. I was gone for 9 years and stepped back into the same position I had when I had left as an account executive. So in the meantime, I had worked part time as a marketing consultant, and mostly I did that. That was always part of the plan. So basically, to keep, especially in sales in this city, I wanted to keep those contacts alive. I wanted to have my ear to the ground in the industry and in varying businesses. So I was pretty well armed to come back, and I did. And when my youngest went into grade 1, and 3 years later went from the account executive position to retail sales manager. And I love it, especially with all the platforms we have now. That's one thing about this industry. Boy, if you don't like change, get out of the game, because we've faced a lot of change, a lot of challenges. And honestly, when stuff like that happens, it's just fun for me. So I think the fun and the passion it just keeps me going.
I've always said change is going to happen with or without you, so you better hop on for the ride and go along with it. Jen, I know you're passionate. I know you're a passionate lady. That passion exudes itself. You said a couple key words that I think are a good way to maybe leave this. You got to have passion in good markets and in bad markets.
Absolutely.
You said your team has a great attitude. That's something you really can't coach or lead. They got to, either you have it or you don't. So best of luck. Keep lighting it up, man. And we're coming out the other end. So this is going to be exciting for you guys. Jen, have a great day.
You
Can't thank
too.
you enough. All right. Take care. All the best.